Covering day one of India versus England at Trent Bridge and touching up a bit on Bangladesh's victory in the second T20I versus Australia in the company of Hamza Khan, who is based in Seattle but originally from Lucknow, in this volume of
Crick Kazi Diaries.
Have a look at that. Smiles up. Oh, it's nearly taken someone out in the stands. That was a flat six right under the stand there, the George Giffen stand, up into the members, and it went like a rocket. Well, wicket 24.
Haji Hamza, welcome to the show. You're probably having a really good day.
Thank
Kya
you.
haal chal hai zara? Share some thoughts.
Good. How are you?
Best.
Busy day, but looks like I have to wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning to watch the first day. And I watched a little bit, and then I was like, okay, I'll probably watch in the morning. And I was caught up and was surprised to see England being all over the place. It's good to watch. Yeah.
That's a phenomenal performance by India, by the way. So congratulations on that. Getting the opposition out under 200 on day one, and then also not losing a wicket at the end of day's play. So how much would you rate this performance, day one ki, on a scale of 1 to 10?
I think from India's side, it's absolutely like somewhere around 9, I would say. Great bowling, especially by Bumrah. The first spell was just out of this world. Like seeing how Bumrah has done in the past, like at least the Australia Tour and the World Cup was not that great for him. And then all of a sudden he's coming back and seeing his rhythm back in line. That's definitely something to look forward to as an Indian fan. And of course, I mean, after that, just like swing it like Shami comes in and gets those wickets. It's great to watch that. And more than India's bowling, which we know that it's really good. It's more about England's batting as well. The sudden collapse, because aisa nahi tha ki they were like 15 for 5 or 15 for 3, and then they needed to build up. So I think like overall India played really well, and England were not even at par with them.
अच्छा, मैंने अपनी पिछली वीडियो में ना literally बोला था that I feel like this is going to be one of those tosses जो बेहतर है आप हार जाओ. It's a good toss to lose. And Joe Root won, went into bat, and then they were demolished absolutely. And like you mentioned, like opening spell से ही India के जो bowlers हैं Bumrah and Shami, they set the tone. पहले over में ही fifth delivery Bumrah got Rory Burns. मतलब पहले वो he drew his edge, मतलब पहले बाहर लेकर जा रहा था उससे, and then he brought it in, perfectly set up. And you mentioned Bumrah hasn't been on top of his game, and I haven't seen him play this well in a long time as well. So seeing him at his menacing best, getting all of that lateral movement and just being absolutely unplayable. अब वो जो आखिरी दो उसकी wickets थी, Broad और Anderson को उसने लिया है, वो तो top order batsman को भी unruffle कर देती. That's how good they were. And honestly, I feel like काफी ominous signs है ये England के लिए going into the series अगर Bumrah इस तरह की form में आया.
No, definitely. I mean, if Bumrah is on his peak, it's definitely going to be a challenge for the English batsmen. And like you mentioned about Anderson, and like when he got out, there was a smoke on Anderson's face. He's like, I have done this so many times to so many people, and I'm on the receiving end.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's good to see Indian bowling do well in English conditions.
Yeah, especially conditions in which you haven't had a lot of success since 2007. Chalo, Bumrah ki baat kar li. I really want to talk about Mohammad Shami. I think, in my opinion, he's been India's best seamer, at least in this previous World Test Championship. He bowls at pace, he jags the ball in, or then he gets it to shape away outside off as well. मजे की बात मुझे ये लगती है कि इतनी consistently Shami will beat the outside edge, and eventually he'll get all of his wickets with the ball that's shaping in.
Definitely. I mean, Shamika, I think he's like one of those bowlers in Indian team who's underrated, because like although we are really happy that he's in the team and everything, but it's like that this guy is going to bowl really well. He might not get wickets, but when he does, he's just on a roll. It's like you just go in and you'll see him perform day in day out, and it's fabulous.
नहीं आज भी मतलब I was really impressed with him in his opening spell. और ठीक है उसको विकेट थोड़ी लेट मिली, और दो जो उसकी विकेट्स थी out of the 3, they were honestly like bad batting by England. leg side पे बॉल थी, and they just couldn't manage. But खैर एक उसकी बहुत अच्छी डिलीवरी भी थी which got him a wicket. And then it was the timing of those wickets, wasn't it? Like England was sitting pretty at 138 for 3. वहां पे जो बेस्टो की विकेट ली है शामी ने, वो मेरे ख्याल से बहुत क्रूशियल मोमेंट था दिन का. और फिर टी हुई, और टी से आते सारी he got Dan Lawrence as well, and England were all of a sudden reeling at 138 for 5.
Yeah, definitely. I think yes, Bairstow's wicket was the turn point for India as well. But I think uske alawa bhi Lawrence and Butler not doing well, and both going for ducks was also a big turning point, because like if you see a player with the stature like Butler, then आपको होगा कि भाई हाँ ये आया अंदर तो कुछ नहीं तो 50 मार के जाएगा, and that didn't happen, which actually was really good, and then it was just like going down the drain for England.
अच्छा, then moving on to the rest of the bowlers, मैंने अपनी पिछली वीडियोस में बोला भी था कि I want India to go with a four-seamer attack, क्योंकि इंडिया ज्यादातर प्रेफर करती होती है जडेजा अश्विन को खिलाना. So I was really happy to see Shardul Thakur get a game, and consistently जो outswing थी उसकी बहुत consistent थी. He was shaping the ball away from the right-hander, eventually got a root off of peach of a delivery, and then फिर से double wicket over, 4 ducks in this English innings. तो मेरे ख्याल से शर्दुल played a pretty key role, और फिर fourth seamer खिलाकर ना the rest of your seamers stay fresh as well, and I think that was really key today.
Yes, definitely. I think the surprise for me was Siraj playing instead of Ishant, but we can come back to it. I think that's a reaction towards how India played in the World Cup final. But yes, like playing 4 seamers was definitely the way to go. India should have done that in the World Cup final as well, but we're good to go from here. Like we've built pretty well in on day one, and hopefully it continues.
अच्छा, you mentioned that selection conundrum. तो इस पे पहले भी बात हो चुकी है shows में. मुझे तो लग रहा था कि Ashwin will play 100%. So I was really surprised not to see him in the lineup. I understand why they did it. Jadeja is better with the bat, तो उन्हें batting depth दी है. मगर Ashwin was in such good form, वो भी overseas. World Test Championship में I think वो जो final था, he was phenomenal. और हालांकि वो तो conditions भी उसको इतनी suit तो नहीं करती थी. And then Surrey के लिए he was absolutely like on fire. तो मैं तो बहुत surprised था not to see Ashwin. I would have played him ahead of Jadeja. What are your thoughts on that?
I think playing Jadeja is fine. एक तो उसका सबसे the best thing about Jadeja is कि भाई फील्ड में कुछ नहीं तो I think 30 रन बचा लेगा वो कुछ भी करके. That's a plus. And then after that, I think India did not really need a spinner as per se, because I was listening to the commentators, and they said that the average for a wicket on this pitch for a spinner is around 40-45, and that for a seamer is around 20-25. So it made sense कि India एक spinner के साथ जाए, but that being Jadeja, because हमें spinner की इतनी ज़रूरत नहीं है in comparison to we having like 4 premium bowlers who are going through and bowling 135, 140 plus. Coming in and coming out. So I think Jadeja एक और चीज देता है, which is actually batting and explosive batting, like something what Rishabh Pant does. So that is actually good for the team, because like if you're in a situation where you're 65 for 5 and you need quick runs,
he's done it so many times
Ashwin
for you.
Cannot. Yes, definitely. So Ashwin cannot do that, but Jadeja can. So I think that might have also played in to like, okay, worst case scenario, we are 65 for 6. We need quick runs. Who do we get in?
अच्छा, ऐसी बात नहीं कि I'm against Jadeja. I really like him as a player. एक तो वो वही I think in my opinion the best fielder in world cricket right now. फिर batting भी कर लेता है. Bowling में it's always wicket to wicket. He can get you. He can choke the batsman up, build up pressure, और फिर दूसरे end से भी wickets गिर सकती हैं. So I'm not like too against that. I was just surprised not to see Ashwin just regarding the form he was in. मगर चलो selection पे बात हो रही है, and you touched upon this earlier. They went with Siraj instead of Ishant. अब ईशांत शर्मा का करियर अगर आप देखो तो it's absolute garbage for his first 60 odd tests, और उसके बाद आप देखो तो you have a world class fast bowler. He's really grown into the role. So I thought that they'll go with Ishant, but I was happy to see them go with Siraj because he's just burst onto the scene. अभी ऑस्ट्रेलिया में आपको उसने सीरीज जिताई है, and I feel like his sort of bowling is really conducive to these conditions that you have in England.
Yeah, definitely. I think Virat Kohli especially goes for raw talent. Although Ishant Sharma has been a part of our team for a long time, and especially for like the overseas series. But I think it's a transfer of powers, let's say, because like you need to pass the realm from the old guys to the new guys, and I think this kind of starts that process for Ishant Sharma, handing it off to for the likes of Mohammad Siraj or Shardul Thakur to pick the run for India and move ahead, because like that is also needed. And I think these tests will define Siraj as someone who will stay in the team or not stay in the team. Australia gave him the platform. England will give him the assurance that yes, I'm here for good.
Well, I like the attitude with which he plays his cricket, and I think he's definitely a really good find for Indian cricket. Before I end this segment, Hamza, एक चीज मैं बात करना चाहूंगा. विराट कोहली ने रिव्यू ठीक ले लिए यार. वैसे तो he has a pretty horrible record with his reviews, but आज दोनों विकेट्स थे ठीक. पहले क्रॉली की, and Crawley looked good by the way, बड़ी अच्छी वो cover drives मार रहा था. And then again later on, अब मुझे याद नहीं किसका रिव्यू था, but those were two crucial reviews that he took, and India got those wickets. So how crucial do you think his captaincy was today?
I think it's really good. He's been getting better, or at least I want to hope that he's getting better with his reviews. But yes, I mean, key moments and key reviews definitely help you win matches. And seeing Virat take those crucial reviews is something that is definitely there. Like, because when the match started and he lost his toss, I was like, okay, here we go again. It's the same Virat's conundrum of losing the toss and then the match just goes outside when that didn't happen. So
India are also slow starters generally. तो मुझे तो लग रहा था कि England will win potentially the first test. मगर चलो, good to see India have started so strong, and good to see Virat getting some reviews right as well. In this next segment, Hamza, I want to talk about England's batting. मैंने जितनी अपनी जिंदगी में क्रिकेट देखी है, टेस्ट क्रिकेट स्पेशली, आई थिंक दिस इज इंग्लैंड्स वीकेस्ट बैटिंग लाइनअप. एक तो मुझे रॉरी बर्न्स का अनऑर्थोडॉक्स स्टाइल वैसे नहीं पसंद, आज भी वो एक्सपोज हुआ है. डॉम सिबली इज जस्ट टू डिफेंसिव, एंड इट्स ओनली अ मैटर ऑफ टाइम कि अपने शेल से जब शेल के अंदर गया हो तो ही लूजेस हिज विकेट. और आज तो लेग साइड पे तो बल्कि वो स्ट्रांग है, एंड ही प्रीटी मच थ्रू अवे हिज विकेट. जो रूट मुझे एक अकेला मेन स्टे नजर आता है, अकेला बैट्समैन हु इज एक्चुअली वर्ल्ड क्लास इन दिस इंग्लिश लाइनअप. आई थिंक दे आर डेस्परेटली मिसिंग बेन स्टोक्स, हिज एक्सपीरियंस एंड जस्ट द काउंटर पंच सॉर्ट ऑफ क्रिकेट दैट ही प्लेज. So what do you feel about this English batting lineup? I mean, ठीक है, Bairstow and Crawley, they got starts, they looked good, but then they too fell. So I think it's Joe Root or bust for England in this series.
I agree with that. England has not had the best of times with the bat, especially at home. In not one test, but many of them. Like अगर हम वापस 2018 में भी जाएं, जब इंडिया ने ड्रॉ किया था, although we lost 4-1, but we were not bad with our bowling. तो हमने लास्ट सीरीज में भी इनकी ऐसे ही हालत करी थी कि ये 30 for 3 है, 40 for 4 है.
तो सैम करन नीचे से आकर रन देता था ना हमेशा ही उसने. मैन ऑफ द
आज भी वही होने वाला था, आज भी वही होने वाला था. वो बच गया किसी तरह. लेकिन yes, like it's the same thing. Like if you compare the England's time with when Alistair Cook used to start, and you're like, okay, this guy's going to score 100. There's no way we can stop him. And then you come back and see you Rory Burns ki bhai Bumrah just classic setup. दो out swing ball, एक in swing, वो गया. It's gone. So like I think England's top order really needs to step up, and especially after losing Ben Stokes, because Ben Stokes is a
top order तो एक जगह है, but even the middle order and lower middle order, I'm not convinced. Like, ठीक है, Crawley looked good, but वो भी चला गया, and he hasn't averaged like a lot in the last 7 tests or so. फिर Dan Lawrence is new, but I mean that's maybe a little unlucky way of getting dismissed. तो चलो, he gets a pass. Butler, I want to talk about Jos Buttler, क्योंकि पाकिस्तान के साथ जब टेस्ट सीरीज हुई थी last year, England की, Butler's position or place in the team was under the scanner. और इसने पाकिस्तान के खिलाफ इंग्लैंड को मैच जिताकर अपनी जगह पक्की कर ली थी. He looked completely at sea to me today. लग ही नहीं रहा था कि इससे बुमराह खेला जाने, and it was only a matter of time when Bumrah got him. So you think Jos Buttler is cut out for Test cricket?
I think so. Unfortunately, I love Butler as a player, especially T20. He's just explosive. You cannot stop him. But in Test cricket, especially in conditions where things are not with him, or in general with the batters, Butler just looks like a fish that's just waiting to be caught. So I think Butler's time is near end if he doesn't perform in this Test series, definitely.
In England, I have a lot of backup keepers too. Remember that. वो तो कई बेचारे खेल ही नहीं पाते. Folks is such a good keeper. He doesn't even get a game. खैर वही बात है, अगर आज सैम करन ना होता तो यही 183 जो it would have been 160, and England would have been in even more trouble. But I really like Sam Curran. Again, he showed us today what he's capable of. अब तो IPL के experience के बाद you saw he brought his big hits out और बड़े पक्के छक्के लगाए थे, especially that 6 against Shardul. So I think अगर England की तरफ से कोई इस सीरीज में performance होंगे जो रूट के अलावा with the bat, I feel like Sam Curran can make very useful contributions.
Definitely. I mean, again, in 2018, it was him. It was Sam Curran who was the differential between India and England in terms of batting, and in terms of bowling as well. Well, he is a proper all-rounder for England, and I think uska is series mein chalna will be very crucial for England. And as you said, IPL mein usne bahut acha kiya. I think he started with Kings 11 Punjab. He went to CSK, and now like under Dhoni, he has actually bloomed a lot. Like
Dhoni
he has got a lot of confidence. Yeah. So I think great.
One thing I want to mention before I finish this segment is that traditionally, जो है ना, and we were talking about this earlier as well, इंग्लैंड की टेस्ट क्रिकेट में बैटिंग लाइनअप बहुत लंबी होती थी, मगर अब आपको उतनी लंबी नजर नहीं आ रही. आफ्टर सैम करन देयर इज नॉट अ लॉट to report home, and I think this might be an area of concern क्योंकि like you said पिछली सीरीज में 2018 में was the lower order that won England the series, and I don't see that happening this time.
Definitely. I mean, but then again, how deep can your batting lineup be? Like you cannot expect going in every game and saying that okay, we'll have batters till number 10 and we'll only have Jimmy Anderson who can maybe and maybe not score like 10-20 runs. So I think middle order और top order को अपनी जो responsibilities हैं उनको पूरा करना होगा, वरना this is going to be the same thing with Bumrah wrapping up the top order, Shami coming in, taking a couple in the middle, Siraj and Shardul going through, moving the tail out. And one thing that India did really well in this innings was wrapping up the tail, although I wish there were 20 less runs because that last partnership between Sam Curran and Jimmy Anderson actually gave away 20-30 runs, and I was like, okay, India's knack of not totaling out the tail cost them a lot of games because ये 20-30 run बहुत crucial होंगे in the last innings कि भाई quite possible आप 20 रन से हार जाए.
अक्सर ऐसा होता है कि वो आखिरी 20-30 रन crucial होते हैं, but honestly if Bumrah keeps bowling like this, wrapping up the tail will not be a problem. अच्छा तो हमजा 183 पे all out करने के बाद India are now 21 for no loss. It was absolutely imperative for India to see out the day's play without losing a wicket, which KL and Rohit did very well. So I think it's very much this game is in India's favor right now, but we all know Test cricket's a funny game. What do you think India needs to do tomorrow in order to solidify their position further? What should be the game plan?
I think first things first, KL and Rohit needs to dig deep into this crease and just bat it out. Just go through the first session without runs are not that important. The balls are. So पहले सेशन में जाओ, आराम से खेलो, don't give your wicket away. And once you've solidified yourself, go for a 100 run partnership. Let's reach 100 and then see where we can go from there. Because कहना आसान होगा कि भाई 200 बना लेते हैं, 300 बना लेते हैं. It's not going to be that easy. So shorter targets. Let's reach 50 first without a wicket, then 100, and then see from there if you want to explode. And then just go berserk, get as many runs as possible, and then try to wrap up England again in the second inning.
Acha, if you ask me, अगर मैं Ravi Shastri होता तो I would just tell the boys one thing: don't worry about the runs tomorrow. Make sure you bat out the day. कल end of days play पे India should be batting, और अगर आप पूरा दिन बैट करो, even if you play slow, आपके 250 रन तक तो बन जाते हैं. 250 is not a big ask in 90 odd overs. So I think that should be India's game plan. It's only day 2. I think India need to wrap this test up batting only once. That should be their goal कि हम 400 बनाएं और फिर innings defeat दे दें. Because fourth batting यहाँ पे tricky होगी, even though England have not played a spinner, which I think is a bit of a dicey move. But hey, that's what I think India should do.
I agree with that. I mean, agar India can make 300 odd runs, it's going to be an uphill task for England, especially with their fragile batting. Like their top order is batting like their tail enders, and with only Root at helm, it's not going to be easy for them to cover any runs more than 150 in the third inning.
Agreed. Acha Hamza, before I wrap up this video, I just want to talk about Bangladesh versus Australia. Second T20 था आज. Bangladesh beat them again. They're 2-0 up in the series versus Australia. और माना कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया के सारे big boys नहीं है, Steve Smith, Maxwell, Finch and Warner. फिर भी काफी टीम तो खेल रही है, सारे big bash वाले लोग खेल रहे हैं. Moses Henriquez है, who's now an experienced cricketer, and then Mitchell Marsh है. फिर bowling तो stacked है. Stark, Hazelwood, Zampa. Yet they only managed 121 in the first innings. और वो तो बांग्लादेश के लिए मसला नहीं होना था अपनी घर पे चेस करते हुए.
Definitely, I think batting conundrum for Australia बहुत ही खराब. They're missing Finch, they're missing Smith, and they're missing Warner. And they're like, we don't know how to get out of this, because if you see Australia and you're expecting 120 runs on board after 20 overs, then today is Bangladesh, tomorrow it might be Afghanistan and Ireland, and I'll not be surprised if Afghanistan just beat the hell out of Australia on a given day. So Australia really needs to ramp up their batting, because 120 runs and you're up against Bangladesh away from home, it's not going to be easy. But again, credit to Bangladesh bowlers, especially Fizz. He bowled really well in the game. Yeah, and although Australia had their bowlers, I don't understand why. Like, there's no excuse for the Australian bowlers to not be able to pick up wickets. And having premium bowlers like Stark, Hazelwood, why are you not able to go through and just destruct Bangladesh's top order just like how they did to you? So Australia is just opened up right now.
I guess इससे जाहिर ये होता है कि Australia don't have that kind of bench strength that we've seen from India or England. That's the biggest takeaway for me in this. बाकी, to your point, I don't think there's any excuse for Australia's bowlers. खैर वो तो इतना बुरा नहीं खेल रहे. I guess you have to put more so the blame on the batting. But one guy that's really impressed me for Bangladesh, and I think he's been the difference in both games, is Afif Hussain. इस low scoring series में he's got 60 runs across 2 games. All of those runs were crucial. आज भी chase किया उसने. He's a youngster, 21 साल का है, only 21, and he showed a lot of nerve. I think Bangladesh in terms of preparation are on song. They're not that bad a team anymore. I think Asia में number 3 पे रखूंगा मैं. After India and then Pakistan, I would put Bangladesh at number 3. And then, you know, preparation towards the World Cup बहुत आपकी अच्छी जा रही है. They've scheduled a 5-match T20 series with New Zealand in September too. So I think they're on the right track.
Definitely. I mean, building up to the T20 World Cup, it's going to be great, especially Asian teams, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, all of them are really good in terms of playing T20 cricket. And I think it's going to be great for Asia as a whole to perform in the T20 World Cup.
और पहले से कभी उन्होंने हिलाया भी नहीं था ऑस्ट्रेलिया को T20s में. Now they've done it 2 games in a row without Tamim Iqbal. मेरे लिए तो वो बेस्ट बैट्समैन है बांग्लादेश का. ठीक है, शाकिब and मुशफिकुर are good, but Tamim is Tamim. So I think that's a massive achievement for them. उनकी preparation तो solid है. Australia on the other hand, इनकी जो slow wickets पे weakness है ना, against spin and just generally when the ball's not coming onto the bat, I'm not looking. It's not looking too optimistic for the Aussies come T20 World Cup.
I agree. Yes, Australia का वही problem जब से downfall start हुआ है. They're not able to pick that up, and it still continues till date.
That's a wrap for Volume 16, folks. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon in order to be notified about my latest videos. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Hamza. Of course, if you guys have any questions, please tweet them at DefMango using the hashtag AskKazi. I'll catch you after day 2, guys. Kazi off the mic.
Have a look at that. Smiles up. Oh, it's nearly taken someone out of the stands. That was a flat 6 right under the stand there, the George Giffen stand, up into the members, and it went like a rocket.